Mortgage applications were reported last week to actually be up a couple of percent for purchases. Now, despite all of those headwinds I just itemized there, why is that not affecting home prices more drastically? Well, as Jeff just put up there, the next bullet point, buyers are shrugging off economic and mortgage rate uncertainties and getting used to the new normal of higher rates. Now, on some of our slides, you'll recall usually have at the bottom on mortgage rates, higher for longer. Well, what we think we see happening finally is that people are getting used to the fact that we are where we are. It's not going to get substantially better in the short to medium term, and it's certainly not going to get substantially worse, I don't think. And we certainly shouldn't think that we're ever going to go back to 2 to 3% anytime soon, probably in our lifetime. So I think from that perspective, the fact that prospective home buyers are finally getting it, that they're finally realizing that if you want to achieve home ownership, you've got to accept the conditions as they are and then work as hard as you can with your agent to figure out ways to take these current set of conditions and make them work for you. And so, again, there seems to be more anecdotal evidence and some actual data suggesting that buyers, again, are finally finally shrugging off all this negative news and forging ahead to achieve that home ownership and start building wealth. And so what that means is buyers are ignoring the headlines and they're seizing the opportunity to capitalize on the shift in the market. And what is the shift in the market all about? I would argue it's all about buyers have more leverage than we've seen in the last few years, certainly in the last 2, 3, 4 years. Now, of course, you get in the, right in the midst of the pandemic, who had the leverage? Sellers, by far. I mean, buyers they had no leverage at all. You had to get in the game. You had to compete with 20 offers. You had to often offer over list price, waive inspections, waive contingencies just to get a chance at owning a home. That's all gone now, folks. And so finally, buyers have leverage that they haven't seen for some number of years. And so the smart buyers out there, the prospective buyers who say enough is enough, I'm going to take what's there, I'm going to accept what is in terms of rates, and then I'm seeing some improvement in home prices. That's why we're seeing the home sale numbers, existing home sales. Remember, a week or two ago, we talked about new home sales were up from the previous period. Those are all signals that buyers are finally getting it, and they're finally willing to accept what the conditions are and then try to navigate through that and work with those conditions to still achieve the ownership goals that they want and do so